So there we go. Got 1 quart jar. Well, before we go in and do some food preservation techniques, I wanted to show you what my haul was for this weekend. Check it out. I still have that much more potatoes to harvest. And then, of course, there's still stuff up there, but So I got the cauliflower washed. I freeze it. It's very easy to freeze your vegetables. It's called a blanching process, and the blanching process stops the enzymes from breaking down the vegetables. And large pot filled with about 1 inch or 2 of water, depending on how many vegetables you're going to be blanching. I bring this to a boil. When this is boiled, I add the cauliflower in so that the cauliflower is covered by the water, and I boil it for 3 minutes, and then I take it and I transfer it to a large bowl of ice cold water, and blanch that for 3 minutes. I just use freezer paper. So I just put them in so that they're just covered with water. And then I'm going to cover them and set my timer for 3 minutes. And just pull them out. I set my timer for 3 minutes, dump these guys in cold water. I dump these guys in cold water. And then that's the 3-minute mark. It doesn't have to be perfect. There. So now they're essentially blanching. So 3 minutes. I grew up with a very frugal grandmother and mother, and so I am my mother's daughter after all. And so I have always reused, always. And so instead of buying plastic quart bags for storage, I try not to, and then I just reuse. This is like a perfect bag for freezing. Nice and heavy. So the cauliflower is going. Okay, another day of food preserving, and so I'm gonna make some zucchini chips today. So I've got the zucchini patty pan squash. I've got both varieties today, and I've got them cut into 1/4-inch slices, and I've got them in a bowl of olive oil and paprika and spices. I'm gonna mix that up. Well, all right, I'm going to use my Cosori dehydrator to dehydrate these zucchini and patty pan squash chips. And the recipe says that it's supposed to be set at 165 and it's supposed to take 12 hours to cook. I set it for 6 hours. It's a very simple dehydrator to use. It has two settings. What, Lacey? It has two settings. So it's got your start and stop button. I just turned it off. Turn it on, and your temp. It blinks to set your temp. So the temp goes all the way down to 95 for flowers and herbs, and you can dry anything from flowers and herbs to mushrooms, and of course, and you can even dry nuts and seeds, and of course, jerky, you know, any kind of jerky. So this is going to be set for 165 for 6 hours, and I'm going to check them at 6 hours because it's always good to do under and then check. But it's a great way to preserve your food, and then we'll see how these turn out. I might store them in a jar with a gel pack and put them in the refrigerator, and then just kind of monitor them to see if I can use them, you know, in soups and stuff. So yeah, it's very efficient dehydrator. I would highly recommend it, and the link to purchase it is in the description below. So yeah. Okay, so it's the next day, and these guys cooked for 11 hours. They're chewy. And I like them. I think I put too much oil on them, but they have a good flavor, and I think the best way to store them is going to be in these jars here with the silica gel, and I'll keep them in the refrigerator, and I think they'll be really good snacks. But also, I think I can use them in soups. I think they would rehydrate quite well. So, yeah. So, there we go. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.